killer little Dalton Reserve or Dalton. It's kind of small, but it's got style. Nice bevel on each side. Cool material. Let me look real quick. I believe it's Florence chert. So this would be a raw K County chert. Florence A. Then that one was a Dalton. This is an Allen. Same material. You can see the diagonal. It's been reworked a lot, but as opposed to how that one kind of had a steeper bevel, this one is actually beveled. It's just like a miniature bevel. The material makes it hard to pick up. Florence A. Allen. Here's the point I just found the other day. Pretty unique looking point. Pretty middle archaic. Roughly 5,000 years ago. Here's an interesting early archaic point that I don't really know. Got a unique indented lobed base. Cool drill made out of quartzite. I believe it's a plain view drill. This one's kind of like a Wells point. Some kind of early archaic stemmed. Kind of looks like a Gary, but man, it ain't. I think sometimes Packers can even look like this. This is a Harden I found in K County, Oklahoma. Sucks it's broke. I actually thought it was a Calf Creek at first, and then I got to looking and I realized that this notch is full where this one's broke. And Hardens have a very distinct notch. Nothing else is notched like that. Sure, cool point. Oklahoma Harden would have been a freaking killer. Rarely see those here. Here's like an agate basin style or a Packard, some kind of lancelet. I got a bug biting me. Hang on, guys. I was pretty mad when I first found this because I thought the tip was broke. But it's actually made like that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Pretty cool little point. Here's my best Allen I've ever found. Look at that flaking. The side of this is all ground, very smooth. You can see it. Killer Allen point. Some Permian shirt. It's dark, very dark, blackish. I believe it's Rayford, but I could be wrong. Some kind of Permian stuff. Here's an old 4-acre one. Thing is ancient looking, isn't it? I found this on my Clovis area. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was Clovis, man, but almost looks like they tried to do a little fluting, but this is one of our local materials here. This is also the same stuff, a little better made though. I've had some people even call this Clovis. It's either a Clovis or Plainview. It's almost 5 inches long. It's my biggest point. There's fossils that are centered on each face. See, this one's a vug. It's eroded out. And there's a little damage right here. It's banged up here or there. But hell, I would be too if I was that old. You can see a little baby flute right there. I think they knew the material. There's a small stack right here too. They fluted it right up beside that stack. I think they knew it would break if they were too rough with it. Yeah, Bill Breckenridge, Oklahoma authenticator, called this a magnificent Clovis, which I'm still unsure what it is, but there it is. Speaking of Clovis, while I got him sitting here, here's a magnificent Clovis. That's my favorite point in my collection. It's Alabates. We found this over 300 miles away from the source. It might even be a Folsom. I'm really not sure, man. It's got traits of both. I'm kind of sitting in the shade right now, but here's another Oklahoma Clovis. Made from a Permian shirt, either 4-acre, either a high grade 4-acre without the big fossils, or it's Rayford. This one's more classic than that last one. It's got the Ocho Passe flaking still evident on it. This is more of your classic Clovis. I also found this one, a broke Clovis distal, very thin, K County shirt. Here's one my friend found. Multiple flutes right there. It's awesome. The first Americans, man. Here's another Alabates one. This was found by one of my good friends. Monster impact fracture. This is more of like a western Clovis variety. You kind of see in this triangular shape with a little less of a flute. Man, that would have been a beautiful Clovis, man. I guarantee you that hit a mammoth. Here's another K County Chert Clovis. Kind of a preform of one, I think. The sun went away, so here's another Oklahoma broken Clovis base. I'm not really sure if this is Clovis, y'all. It's in my Clovis frame, so I suspect it is. Something happened over here that they didn't like. Look how thin that joker is. You can still, I think it has a nipple right there. Yep, look at that little nipple. That's some kind of paleo preform, I believe. Here's a killer little Dalton variant. Kind of resembles a quad point, but I found this in north central Oklahoma. Out of the range of quads. I think it's a Dalton Greenbrier. Awesome point though. I like the exaggerated ears on it. Pretty thin, killer. Permian shirt again. Here's an awesome Alabates San Patrice point my friend found. It's a beautiful section of Alabates too, y'all. I don't know if the camera's picking all that up or not. Usually San Patrice has delicate little ears. Here's a big San Patrice I found. It's probably up there in my top 10, 20 favorite finds. Rarely see San Patrice this big. This is San Patrice knife form. You can see the use wear too, to prove it's a knife. There's a broken Dalton. That's one of my curses, is a Dalton, man. I found quite a lot of them, but none of them are that big, or either they'll be real nice, but they'll just have a little nick here or there. This would have been one of my better Daltons I've ever found. A little bit of the tips nicked off. Beautiful section of reed spring shirt though. Nice little fluted Dalton there. It's another one of my better, almost all full Daltons. One little ear slit. Or little half slip, whatever you want to call it. Pretty good bevel on it. It's translucent if the sun was out. A couple other Dalton varieties. Big old nasty broke Dalton. This is probably my favorite Dalton, and it's a drill, but I just love it. It's perfect. Beveled. Fin. Here's another Dalton drill. Kind of like a nice fluted Dalton that's broke, thin, well made. Sucks. Here's a San Patrice, one of my favorite point types, if I haven't mentioned that. In my opinion, San Patrice are the first point to be corner notched. I'll make that statement. I think they're even older than Daltons, in my opinion. Here's a nice blade. In my opinion, I think this might be a Clovis. It's got some ultra passé flaking on it. If you look close, it's even got a nipple. See that little nipple right in the center? Nice and straight cross section, thin. Pretty killer blade, whatever it is though. Here's like a Dalton style blade. A lot of people said this might be Crowley Ridge Chert from Arkansas, from the east side of Arkansas. If it is, that's pretty cool. This was a creek find right here. Killer side notch Graham K. Flake just like a Dalton, in my opinion. Big overshot flakes with a beveling on the other side. Alright, what have I not showed? This one's pretty cool. Oh, the sun just went away. Very thin blade. Look how thin that is, y'all. Here's a big broke Dalton. Someday I'm gonna find a big full Dalton. Here's another little San Patrice. My friend found this one. Oh, here goes my dog. Finn! Hey, Baba! Finn! Alright, y'all. Finn's on the loose, so I'm gonna have to go get him. Thanks for watching, y'all.